We now invite you to join us for our program, Prahlad Jani, a breatharian holy man, on Between Master and Disciples. This program discusses the possibility of breatharianism, or living without eating food, and is not a full instruction. For your safety, please do not attempt to cease eating without proper expert guidance.
Hello and welcome to Between Master and Disciples on Supreme Master Television. On today's show, we will revisit India to meet a modern-day breatharian who's been food-free for over 65 years. Prahlad Jani is a holy man who caught the attention of the world beyond the caves of the Himalayas due to his unique diet. In late November 2003, The Times of India published an article with the headline that read, "Wonder Diet, Living on Thin Air." According to the article,
Prahlad Jani, 76 years of age, popularly known as Mataji, says he's not had a single drop of water for the past 65 years. Neither has he put a morsel of food in his mouth.
The article noted that Prahlad Jani was examined by numerous doctors from the Association of Physicians of Ahmedabad for 10 days straight to verify his incredible ability to live just on air.
A panel of doctors, including physicians, cardiologists, neurologists, a neurosurgeon, a gastroenterologist, an endocrinologist, a diabetologist, a nephrologist, a neurosurgeon, an ENT surgeon, a psychiatrist, an ophthalmologist, a genetic counselor, a radiologist, sonologist, and many more have examined him. In fact, nearly 100 doctors of the association have examined Jani during these 10 days.
A few days after the news about Prahlad Jani appeared in the Times of India, BBC News released an article that proclaimed, "Doctors and experts are baffled by an Indian hermit who claims not to have eaten or drunk anything for several decades, but is still in perfect health." Over the last couple of hundred years, the medical profession has made huge advances in human biology, and scientists believe that they are close to fully understanding every mechanism and function of the human body. However, there are people such as Prahlad Jani whose continued health and vitality while living without food simply cannot be explained. Let's learn a little more about Prahlad Jani and how he's left doctors in Ahmedabad, India, and scientists throughout the world in wonderment about the mechanisms by which his body survives food-free. Prahlad Jani was born in Charod village in the state of Gujarat, India. At just 7 years of age, he left home in search of spiritual enlightenment. 4 years later, he was blessed by the goddess Durga, also called Mataji. Since then, he has dispensed with food and drink and enjoys a divine nectar that filters down from his palate. Living in a manner many of us would imagine a holy hermit to live in, Prahlad Jani has made his home in a cave in the Himalayas without eating or drinking for over 65 years. Because he hasn't eaten for so long, Prahlad Jani doesn't even remember the taste of food or what he once liked. Furthermore, for 45 years of his life, he did not speak at all. He practices an ancient yoga technique called Amrita to harness the cosmic energy. During the long hours of meditation, he enters into a state of samadhi in which he experiences enormous light and extreme bliss. He is healthy and active. The holy hermit told reporters that he can walk up to 200 kilometers without feeling tired. Furthermore, he can meditate for a long period of time, sometimes up to months. Dr. Sudhir Shah, head of the Department of Neurology at Shet KM School of Postgraduate Medicine and Research in India, has conducted a number of very interesting studies on people who have fasted for extended periods, explaining, "This is an attempt to understand a new dimension in medical science and help mankind." And one of the remarkable studies this team carried out was on 64-year-old mechanical engineer Hira Ratan Manik, who had already been fasting for a number of years at the time of the study. The doctors closely monitored and tested Mr. Manik for 411 continuous days while he fasted, taking only boiled water and no food at all. They conclusively proved that Mr. Manik did indeed survive on nothing but water and cosmic energy while maintaining optimal health for the entire study period. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Between Master and Disciples will return in just a moment. Welcome back to today's Between Master and Disciples. Let's continue with our feature on Prahlad Jani, a breatharian holy man. Dr. Shah and his team were excited about the research on Hira Ratan Manik and wished to further their knowledge of this remarkable ability of the human body to survive without food. They were especially interested in rumors that Prahlad Jani had survived for 69 years without any intake of food or water. Normally, the average human can only survive for about 4 days without water. Yet, in the case of the holy hermit, he has survived without water for over half a century. Finally, in November of 2003, after more than a year of coaxing, Prahlad Jani gave his consent to participate in a scientific research study at Sterling Hospital in Ahmedabad, India. Dr. Shah expressed his joy at the opportunity to study the holy hermit, believing that the results of the study will provide new understanding of the human body to the medical world. Prahlad Jani's room was specially prepared with a glass door and video surveillance for continuous monitoring. Staff members were assigned to stay with him around the clock to make sure that he did not eat or drink. When he was allowed to take a bath, the quantity of water was measured before and after to make sure that he did not take in any fluid at all. According to Dr. Shah, there wasn't a single loophole in the research protocol. Initially, the doctors were worried about the holy hermit's well-being and scheduled this project to last only 7 days. However, they were so impressed and astounded with his health during this period that they extended the study to last for 10 days. The doctors confirmed that the protocol was strictly adhered to, and Prahlad Jani had no food or water to drink whatsoever. They also noted that there was evidence of formation of urine in his bladder, but it was then reabsorbed from his bladder wall. The results of the study showed that the holy hermit was perfectly healthy despite having no food or drink for 10 straight days. Dr. Shah, who is accustomed to seeing many healthy vegetarian people in his previous position as chairman of the National Jain Doctors Federation, was highly impressed with the health of Prahlad Jani. Perhaps he is more fit than other people of his age. He has a pulse of only 55, which is unthinkable for a man of his age, but rather a rate similar to that of elite athletes. He told the doctors that he has never experienced medical problems and is most confident that his breatharian way of life will sustain his body for many more years to come. In fact, he believes that he can live up to 5,000 or 10,000 years. At the conclusion of their intensive investigation, the team's doctors were left to ponder over this amazing ability the holy man possesses, being able to sustain himself purely on the cosmic energy. They wrote in their concluding report,
"We are surprised as to how he has survived despite a birth, particularly without passing urine for 10 days and remaining generally physically fit."
Prahlad Jani does not view his ability to live food-free as extraordinary. He credits it to the grace and blessing from heaven. After the study, Prahlad Jani happily returned to his cave, where he continues his spiritual practice. For those who come seeking advice, he imparts words of wisdom, and when they leave behind offerings, he sends them all to those in need.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/BMD.